Hi, welcome to Keto Friendly Joe and happy Halloween. Today we're going to talk about ketosis. And here's the thing, I want to make sure you guys understand this, that getting into ketosis, that adopting this lifestyle is more than just about losing weight. What it does is, first of all, you have to ask yourself the question, do you believe that your diet plays a role in everything that happens to you physically? Because that's important. That's important to understand right up front, is that your diet plays a role in everything that happens to you physically. How you react to pain, for example, or any kind of trauma in your body. That your diet will dictate how efficiently your body runs, how efficiently your body repairs, how efficiently you do everything that you do metabolically. In fact, last night I was talking to a doctor, and during our conversation, she said to me, ketogenics is more than just weight loss. It's about changing your chemistry. Now, I'm going to have said doctor on one of my subsequent shows. We talked about it last night. She'd like to be on, which I think is fantastic. And I think she'll have some really great insight. And she's a ketogenics user. She's somebody who also understands a lot about the body, the chemistry of the body, which is very important. But through ketogenics, you change the chemistry of your body in so many different ways. But I want to go over a list of other benefits that you get from ketosis. Now, I think it's important that we draw a line, though. We draw the line in understanding that a low-carb diet does not equal weight loss. Now, I've said this in previous messages, previous videos, but a low-carb diet is key to getting into ketosis. And ketosis can impact your weight, but you still have to monitor the rest. For example, if you were to have a low-carb diet, 25 carbs or less, say for example, and you were at 3,000 calories versus a goal of 2,000, you're not going to lose weight. In fact, more than likely, you're going to gain weight because the caloric intake is more than you burn. So what's important to understand, really important to understand, through all of this is that the calories still matter. You still have to keep the calories low. That you can't just say, oh man, I'm on a low-carb diet, so I'm going to lose weight. That's not the way it works. I'm on a low-carb diet, so I'm going to accelerate weight loss because I'm going to be responsible about the calories that I take in. Now, one of the instant byproducts that you get from ketosis is you have a less hungry feeling. The cravings start to go away, especially once you get into your second and third week of ketosis, then it's really nearly gone. Once you get into the regimen of that low-carb lifestyle, moderated calorie count that's significantly below the calories that you're burning, you're going to find that you'll be in an optimal situation to lose weight, should that be your goal. But ketosis has a lot of other goals, and let's get into those. Like, for example, in the 1920s, the Mayo Clinic used to prescribe a ketogenics diet for all of their neurological issues that were, like seizures and things like that. For people that were having seizures, especially children that were having seizures, getting rid of the sugar parts, but that's not really the reason specifically, because they didn't really understand why, but the byproduct was that the seizures would be less and less. Now, I'm not saying that that's the cure. In the 1920s, that's what the Mayo Clinic did. But we also know, by fact, that ketosis helps to increase your metabolism. As we age, our metabolism slows down. But what's missing is that opportunity to accelerate it again, and that's where ketosis comes in because of the introduction of certain ketones. And there's more than one type of ketone, but the conglomeration of ketones and the different types of ketones is what helps accelerate the weight loss. So the combination of the increased metabolism, the lower caloric intake, and any kind of activities can create a perfect storm of weight loss. That could be you. That could be what you're doing. But some of the other byproducts, and this is going to be really key. For those of us that are overweight, sometimes we're really concerned about certain things, like dying. Now, ketosis won't prevent you from dying. I don't think there's anything yet that'll prevent you from dying. But ketosis will lower your blood pressure. It also lowers your triglycerides and lowers your cholesterol profiles, which are very important pieces of the ketogenic and healthy lifestyle change that you'll be making through ketogenics. I was talking to my friend Eric last night, and he said, I'm never going back. I went out to dinner with my dad, and I'm never going back to the carb lifestyle. There's no need. I don't have a desire to. I watched my dad eat mashed potatoes, and I was fine with that. I didn't. I had meat, I had a vegetable. And that's great. That's exactly what this is about. It curbs the cravings. And as a byproduct, you get lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol levels, and lower triglycerides, which is part of your cholesterol levels. You also get decreased inflammation, like the pain. The way your body handles pain changes. You change the chemistry of your body. It improves acne, arthritis, eczema, psoriasis, irritable bowel syndrome. I mean, I don't know for those of you that are just starting, but for me, one of the biggest things that stood out to me right up front was that I pooped a lot less. Like once a day, maybe. That's a significant decrease from where I was. Just saying. You also get improved energy levels and sustained energy levels, which is fantastic. You also get better sleep. And another instant byproduct that I got from getting into ketosis is I stopped snoring. Like legitimately, stop snoring. Less heartburn, less acid reflux, a reduced risk for gallstones, less gas. Man, look, you can ask my wife. I was a farting machine because of the foods I ate, because of how terrible I was with my diet. Not anymore. Not as much anyway. Ketosis also allows for enhanced mitochondrial function. Now that's key. Ketosis allows for enhanced mitochondrial function, which has a direct impact on neurological disorders specifically. I'm not a doctor. And yes, I found this information off the internet. And yes, the internet sometimes lies. Don't get me wrong. But I found this on more than one site about ketosis. Another one that I found on multiple sites. More stable vision, better eye health, all as a result of lower blood sugars. And that's a known fact. If you lower your blood sugars, you're going to have better vision, better eye health. Important. That's important. Again, has nothing to do with weight loss. You can also you gain muscle and endurance through ketosis, and it curbs diabetes, obesity, and metabolic syndrome as well. So that's a long list of items that'll help when it comes to ketosis. But I want to reiterate again that having the low carb lifestyle to the point where you do get into ketosis does not necessarily equate to weight loss. You still have to manage the caloric intake and ensure that your caloric intake is 500 or more less than what your caloric burn is. The typical person burns about that is moderately overweight, typically burns about 2,500 calories per day. So you want to be in the 2,000 calories range. Or download the Carb Manager. The Carb Manager will go by your height, weight, and energy, and your level of activity, and help you determine where your caloric intake should be. All right. So once again, just to reiterate, ketosis is way more than about diet. Low carbs, way more than about diet. So if you want more information, give me a comment down below. Like this video as well. Share this video. This is a big one, right? We're talking about the different benefits that are out there for ketosis. Not just the weight loss part. It's also gets your mind right chemically. So it's important that while through sheer willpower and belief, as we've talked about in previous videos, it's important to get your mind right. It's also important to get your mind right chemically. I'm Keto Friendly Joe, and thank you for joining me.